Hello, my name is Yasmin. In this video, I will show you how I make a seashell wreath with succulents. Here are the items you will need. A straw wreath frame. This one is small, it's an 8-inch frame. You'll need decorative fishing net. You can find this at Michael's. A glue gun and glue sticks. A strong pair of scissors that can cut through rope. A wire cutter. Cotton rope. This one is about a 1/2 inch thick and can be found in most craft stores. Craft store seashells, or you can use seashells that you might have collected. Just be sure to clean them in 1 part water and 1 part bleach for at least 24 hours. You'll need a few greening pins. And also, you'll need to cut about 22 inches of hemp cord for your hanger and some faux succulents. To begin, start wrapping the fishing net around the wreath frame. Leave the plastic wrapping on the straw, as it'll keep it from coming apart. I had cut my fishing net ahead of time in some wide strips to make it easier. You won't need the whole package. When you have finished wrapping one strip, take a greening pin to secure the netting. If your greening pins are long, you can cut them down a little. Here I am cutting the pin down a bit because I don't want it to stick through to the other side. Because I didn't finish wrapping the whole wreath yet, I take a second strip and continue wrapping, using some more pins to keep it in place. You don't need it to be tight or neat. In the end, it'll be mostly covered, but it makes for a good backing and it goes with the nautical theme. Now we'll attach our hanger on the wreath. Take your hemp cord and wrap it around your wreath, leaving about 3 inches of a tail. Take that tail and wrap it around the longer piece of the cord until there's no more tail. Then loop the cord around the wreath again, about 1 inch or 2 from the other side. Adjust how big of a loop you want, and then wrap the excess cord around itself. I use some pliers to tuck in the cord at the end so that it doesn't stick out. I always attach hangers to all my wreaths at the beginning of wreath making. I think it's important to always have that option for customers. Next, cut 3 pieces of your cotton rope, about 15 inches for each. Using your glue gun to secure it to the wreath, start wrapping the rope around so that it has 2 rows. If you're making a larger wreath, you can plan to cut your rope to a longer length if you like, so that you can have another row when wrapping. Since this is a small wreath, I'm just wrapping it twice. When you finish wrapping, cut the rope where it will end on the back side of the wreath, and then glue it in place. Repeat this with your other 2 pieces of rope in other areas of your wreath. Next, take your succulents and secure them around your wreath. My first piece here is a string of pearl succulent. I'm just pinning it around the top of the wreath with my greening pins. With the other succulents, I cut off a flower with a short stem. Then I use a pair of pointy nosehead pliers to poke a little hole. Before I put the stem in the hole, I glue it so that it stays in place better. I'm not using all of my succulents, as I want them to be an accent on the wreath. The seashells are the focal point. And now we come to the part that takes the longest time. Simply take 1 seashell at a time and glue it in between the rope and succulents. There's no one way to do this. It'll come out nice no matter how you place them. I like to use shells that are more or less similar in size. Because this is a small wreath, I'm not using my biggest shells. I love all the different types and colors of shells, but you can choose to use one type and one color. That's what makes this unique. Depending on where you hang your wreath, the sides might be exposed, so remember to glue some shells on the sides as well. And here is the finished wreath. I hope it inspires you to make one yourself. Thank you for watching.